Hello everyone, I've lately listened to a book about Bill Gates, Jack Ma, Steve Jobs, and three other giants of industry and made a review of it. Throughout this book I've learned the value of focus. So even though I've been making meditation for 10 minutes a day for something like half a year by now, it wasn't enough. I still was feeling that I'm not getting the things that I want to get done. Getting done. So this book is exactly for that. Indistractable. Indistractable is broken down into three parts. Indistractable. In stands for impossible. Dis stands for negation, meaning the opposite of. And tractable stands for traction. The ability to put your values into your time to make them happen. And there it goes. Together it's indistractable, impossible to distract. That's what this book is going to teach you. Let's dig into it. This book is broken down into 7 parts. The first 4 are about becoming individually indistractable, and the other 3, meaning 5 to 7, are about making your surroundings indistractable, meaning the workplace, your children, and other relationships. So let's begin with part number 1. Part number 1 is internal triggers. What Nir means by internal triggers is things that prompt us from within to not do the things that we want. The main idea and reason that we do this is because we face a certain task that we find difficult to make, and therefore we just find ourselves making up reasons within our brain for why we need to check our WhatsApp or Instagram or watch TV, because we find it difficult to do the task that we actually need to do. And it is key to pay attention to that and overcome it. In part number 2, Nir will guide you through how to create traction. I just explained what that is, but I'll tell you that inside this chapter, what Nir does is explains thoroughly and gives tricks on how to follow your schedule and what to schedule inside it roughly, and how to track your stepaways from the schedule, and basically how to use the resources that he adds as with the book. I've got to admit that the second time I was reading it and paid attention to what was written in the workbook, I was able to understand the principles a lot better than proofreading it for the first time. So I would really suggest that you, when you read it, if you read the book or listen to it, stop after every chapter, go to the workbook and fill in the things that Nir provides. It will really help you digest it. Part number 3 is about external triggers. It's different from internal triggers by the fact that it's caused by something outside of our mind, like notifications, TV, someone interrupting us with their tasks, a phone call, and you get the idea. So in this part, Nir has a lot of stuff about how to let your coworkers know that that they shouldn't distract you, how to set your notifications, how to make sure that you don't drop into feeds on Facebook, and a lot of stuff like that, like for a lot of distractions that are concerning a lot of us on our day-to-day life. So part 4 is about preventing distraction with Pacts. So if you've made sure that the other three parts are under control, the internal triggers, that you are making traction and that there are no external triggers present, then you could proceed to making a pact with yourself, which could involve a general pact, like asking someone to lock you inside a room until you complete the task, or making an obligation to someone important, to your boss or something, and saying it out loud, or saying it out loud in front of a lot of people, or maybe even using money for that instance. Nir explains exactly how to do that inside that part, and how to reinforce the other 3 steps. So that has been the individual 4 parts: how to become indistractable yourself. The other 3 are about the environment. Of course, you have to master the Indistractable principles yourself before you attempt to include it in the environment. But nonetheless, in these 3 parts, there are suggestions that you could use and tricks that you could use even without mastering those 4 parts. Let's jump into it. Part 5, Indistractable Workplace. While most people perceive distraction as the individual responsibility of the employee, research shows that it might just not be completely the case. Nir shows us how the work environment could be making an effect on employees' dysfunction. So in this chapter, Nir offers ideas and solutions for managers as well as employees on how to improve this work environment and make it more productive. Or in the worst case scenario, if as an employee you look at this environment and see that there is not a lot that you could do to improve it, at least you receive tools and awareness to know that this workplace might not be for you, and what is the cause for your stress and dysfunction and unproductivity. Part 6. How to raise indistractable children and why we all need psychological nutrients. This part applied to me the most out of the 3 about indistractable environment, because I have a small brother who's 11 years old. And if your kids are at all like my brother, then they spend their 25 hours out of 24 in a day on the screens, including the computer, the TV, the tablet, and the smartphone. You might think that this is completely normal, because all the kids do it, and this is what we see in every corner. Or on the other hand, you might think that this is not normal, but you have no idea what to do with it and feel helpless because you think that the technology was designed to consume them. Either way, I have great news for you. Nir explains inside this part what kind of psychological nutrients your kids need in order to overcome their addiction to technology and develop the best way possible. Other great news are that some of those principles or suggestions could even be applied without knowing the first 4 parts or mastering them. While there is another thing that would indeed require you some understanding in the other indistractable individual principles, like creating a weekly schedule. Yeah, creating a weekly schedule for a kid. When I first heard that, I was quite surprised too. But Nir indeed advocates creating a weekly schedule together with your kid if he's a teenager or older. In summing up this chapter, I'd say that I already started applying some of the principles that are described here. While for creating a weekly schedule, I decided to first try it a bit myself because I'm still not quite at the level to teach it to my kid, or my brother, I mean. I'd say that the book is worth getting, even if it were just for the sake of this chapter, and it has the potential to indeed turn your kids' lives 180 degrees and really help them develop the correct way and help you become a better parent. Part 7, how to have indistractable relationships. This is the shortest part in the book, so I won't elaborate too much. There are 2 chapters inside this part. One is about making indistractable relationships with your friends, and another is about making an indistractable relationship with your lover. Most of it is about how to create social norms that would help you avoid screens and other distractions, like your kid interrupting you. And becoming an indistractable lover is simply applying 4 individual principles of indistractability together with your lover. In conclusion, after listening to the book, I found parts 1, 4, and 6 most helpful for me, because 5 and 7 don't apply to me that much because I am working on the blog mostly. In parts 1, 2, and 3, I've learned more to become, more 1 and 3, I've become more aware of myself and how to cope with external triggers and internal triggers, making me more likely to overcome them. Part 2, in part 2, making traction, Nir provided great resources at the ending of the book, like a weekly schedule, and I've already started applying it. I'm now at day number 3 of my first week. Part number 4, I've learned from it that making pacts could be useful, but probably when all the rest don't work. Part 6 I've already started applying as well. One of the suggestions inside it, and I'm thinking of helping my brother making a weekly schedule in the future when I'll master it myself. So I don't expect a single book to make me perfect, but this book improved my awareness and helped me change. Even if I changed one thing, it's great for a book, but it helped me to change more than one, and therefore I think that it's a great book. And if you want to focus better and be more effective, that's a great book for you. Thank you for watching the video and continuing the path to self-improvement together with me. Before you leave, don't forget to check out the description. There is a lot of useful stuff in there, like the links to getting the book, like Audible free trial and Amazon. If you get the book through those links, you could also get another PDF that is worth £24. Also, there is a link to the blog post right there below. If you liked the video, please don't forget to leave a like. It will help me a lot. Also, if you would like to watch other videos like this or about other self-improvement things in the future, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you'll be able to see the videos in your feed. And if you have any comments that would help me improve the video, anything that you didn't like maybe, or another suggestion for me on another book on self-improvement or psychology that you think that I might like, or that you would like me to read and let you know how it was, please don't be shy, post it in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. I hope that you keep on improving, that you don't give up, and that we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye guys, stay great.